Q6133-3. Which of the following a risk element of ADM? A. The aircraft. B. The amount of fuel on board. C. Any passengers. The correct answer is A. The risk element of ADM, aeronautical decision-making, refers to the factors or elements that contribute to the overall risk level of a flight. While all the options listed, aircraft, amount of fuel on board, and any passengers, can potentially impact the risk of a flight, the aircraft itself is considered a fundamental risk element. The condition, performance, and equipment of the aircraft play a crucial role in the safety and outcome of a flight. Factors such as maintenance, avionics, systems, and structural integrity are important considerations in assessing the risk associated with the aircraft. Pilots must evaluate and mitigate risks related to the aircraft before and during flight to ensure safe operations. Q6133-4. If a pilot wants to mitigate risk during a country flight in marginal VFR conditions, the pilot could A. Take a pilot who IFR rated. B. Continue the flight as planned. C. Stay out of controlled airspace. The correct answer is A. When flying in marginal VFR, visual flight rules, conditions, where the weather is challenging and the visibility or cloud cover may be limited, it is advisable for the pilot to mitigate risk by taking a pilot who is IFR, Instrument Flight Rules, rated. An IFR-rated pilot is trained and qualified to operate the aircraft using instrument navigation and procedures, which can enhance safety and provide a higher level of situational awareness in conditions where visual references may be limited. By having an IFR-rated pilot on board, the pilot can benefit from their knowledge, skills, and ability to navigate and communicate effectively in instrument meteorological conditions. This can help mitigate the risk associated with flying in marginal VFR conditions and enhance the safety of the flight. Q6133-5. A pilot's experience in crosswinds greater than 10 knots is an example of which of the fundamental risk elements? A. The aircraft. B. The pilot in command. C. The external pressures. The correct answer is B. The pilot in command, PIC, is a fundamental risk element in aviation. The PIC is responsible for the safe conduct of the flight and making decisions that affect the outcome of the flight. In the given scenario, the pilot's experience in crosswinds greater than 10 knots is relevant to the PIC's capabilities and skills in handling such conditions. Crosswinds can pose challenges during takeoff, landing, and maneuvering, requiring appropriate techniques and proficiency. The pilot's experience in crosswinds greater than 10 knots becomes an important factor in assessing the pilot's ability to handle the aircraft safely in such conditions. Therefore, it falls under the fundamental risk element of the pilot in command. Q6134. The basic demonstration/performance method of instruction consists of several steps in proper order. They are A. Instructor tells, learner does, learner tells, learner does, learner does, instructor evaluates. B. Instructor tells, instructor does, learner tells, instructor does, learner does, instructor evaluates. C. Instructor tells, instructor does, learner tells, instructor does, learner tells, learner does, learner evaluates. The correct answer is C. In the basic demonstration/performance method of instruction, the correct order of steps is as follows. 1. Instructor tells, instructor does. The instructor explains and demonstrates the task or skill to the learner. This step involves the instructor providing clear instructions, explanations, and demonstrations of how the task or skill should be performed. 2. Learner tells, instructor does. The learner is given the opportunity to explain or describe the task or skill based on their understanding of the instruction provided by the instructor. This step allows the learner to verbalize their understanding and helps to reinforce their knowledge. 3. Learner tells, learner does. The learner is now expected to perform the task or skill based on their understanding of the instruction. They are given the opportunity to apply what they have learned and demonstrate their ability to perform the task correctly. 4. Learner evaluates. In this final step, the learner evaluates their own performance and assesses how well they have executed the task or skill. Self-evaluation allows the learner to reflect on their performance, identify areas for improvement, and take responsibility for their own learning. 6135. Integrated flight instruction has many benefits, but the main objective is to A. Develop the learner's ability to fly the aircraft during inadvertent IMC. B. Ensure the learner is not overly dependent on instruments during VFR flight. C. Help the learner develop habit patterns for observance of and to flight instruments. The correct answer is C. Integrated flight instruction has the main objective of helping the learner develop habit patterns for observance of and reference to flight instruments. This means that the learner is trained to establish and maintain proper scanning techniques and instrument cross-checking habits, which are crucial for safe and effective instrument flight. Integrated flight instruction focuses on teaching the learner to rely on instruments for flight guidance, regardless of the weather conditions or visibility. By emphasizing the habit patterns for observance of and reference to flight instruments, integrated flight instruction helps the learner develop a strong foundation in instrument flying skills. This objective is important because it lays the groundwork for the learner to become proficient in instrument flight and be able to handle situations such as inadvertent instrument meteorological conditions, IMC, with confidence and accuracy.